Hi everyone, I'm Tony with Harper Therapy,
And I'm Jamie.
and we are in our final week of talking about the holidays and anxiety that comes with it. And so I've been leading these Facebook Lives probably for almost a year now, and I will say that boundaries, I think, comes up each month. Every month. It's like boundaries are the key to so many things we talk about here.
Absolutely. It's like if we had a tool bag, it would be like the hammer or
Yeah.
something you
Yes.
have to use all the time.
You're so good at those, like the analogies and stuff. But you're accurate. Like you need boundaries. Like that's the beginning. And actually, one of our other clinicians had explained it once that boundaries are the foundation of the house.
Yes, 100%. It's where we begin or end and someone else begins.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask these questions and this will help us determine if you feel like you might need to work on boundaries. Do you ever find yourself getting resentful of people asking too much of you? Does this seem to happen often? Do you say yes to things you'd rather not do? Big one, especially during the holidays. Do you say yes just to avoid upsetting or disappointing others? Or do you find yourself feeling resentful because you're doing more for others than they appear to be doing for you? And so I think what's interesting about boundaries is they're both external and internal. And so like during the holidays, thinking about internal boundaries, like I was thinking about setting a budget. Like first that's an internal activity. Like, okay, I have to set limits on my desires to, make it as magical as I think, it's got to be,
Right.
or whatever. And then the external boundaries is sticking to the actual budget.
Right. Sometimes I'll explain internal boundaries because I think external boundaries are sometimes a little bit easier for people to get and to set. Internal boundaries I think of when we have couples come in, and I know I do this with my husband. I think I've spoken before about I'm very much a morning person and my husband is not. And it used to be where I would wake up all cheerful and like, good morning. And he would like grunt, or he gets this, it's kind of adorable, this glazed over look because he's not even awake yet, and he'll ask me questions, but he's cranky. He's cranky as all get out. And that would totally affect me and bring me down. And then my morning would be crap because I would be like, oh, he's in a bad mood again. And it's something I did. And this is a whole thing where now I call internal boundaries, not my monkey, not my zoo. If I look at him and I know something's wrong and I'm like, is there something I can help you with? Do you want to talk about it? He says, no, not my monkey, not my zoo. I don't have to be a part of that. I have to separate myself. And he gets to have his bad day. He could have his bad morning. I don't have to engage in that. And so I think that's what an internal boundary is.
Absolutely. And I'm thinking about in the holidays, I've had scenarios where family members have conflict and I like to fix things. But an internal boundary for me would be stay in my own lane and keep to my own business.
Yep.
And that internal boundary is the first step to keeping an external boundary.
So you can think of it as stay in my lane. My catchphrase is not my monkey, not my zoo. If you say, how can I help? And they say nothing. They gave you that answer. Now you can walk away. You tried.
Yeah, and I think also like in even thinking about scheduling for the holidays, like we're allowed to say no when things become too much. And so a lot of the time just looking at your calendar and prioritizing, okay, these 2 or 3 events are priority, and I will sprinkle yes or no's and maybe a lot of declines in between that because I want to keep my peace and I want to be well rested and I want to show up to be the best version.
Because you want to enjoy your holidays, and no is a full sentence.
Yes.
So trying, because I know another big thing, to create that boundary that no is a full statement, and you don't have to find a good reason to decline.
Yes, that's right.
You wanting to keep your peace and keep your boundary is a good enough reason, and not to overextend yourself that then you're exhausted on Christmas Day.
Yes, 100%. And so if boundaries, we're always working on boundaries, as a human being, it just comes with the process. A lot more gets thrown at us during the holiday season. If this feels overwhelming to you, if you're dreading the holiday season, you're like, I have no idea how I'm going to get through it and keep my peace of mind and my energy and everything else, we would love to work with you. Give us a call and come and see us.
813-434-3639. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.